Joining us now is Ojinika Jinx Okpe.
Look at how you're laughing.
With stories trending around.
You're even laughing.
Hello, Jinx.
How are you? Good morning.
Every time I call your name, I get excited.
Well, it's not only you. Everyone almost, right?
Okay, Oji, what color is this?
Okay, it is caramel.
Which one is caramel?
It's caramel.
Not quite. It's tan, darling.
You know what? Tan? It's caramel. This one I know. We shall argue.
Let us argue.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Rufai, can you see what these guys are making me go through?
Oji.
Oh, God.
Oji, then we have to call the color caramelic tan.
Well, all right. Good morning, Rufai.
Good morning, Oji. How are you? You're looking brilliant, as always.
Good. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In the United States, the death toll has risen to 11, and 150 others remain unaccounted for after a 12-story residential building partially collapsed in South Florida's Miami-Dade County last week. Over the weekend, the Paramount Miami World Center lit up with flags from around the world with the message, "One World, One Prayer," in honor of the victims. In the United Kingdom, a video that captured the moment, a fireball ripped through a rail arc, sending flames to the sky, has made the rounds. Around 100 firefighters on Monday brought the fire under control near central London's train station of Elephant and Castle. In China, authorities staged a series of light shows in cities across the country ahead of the 100th anniversary of the foundation of the ruling Communist Party. In Canada, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has called on Pope Francis to apologize on behalf of the Catholic Church for its role in running residential schools for Indigenous children after hundreds of bodies were found in graves. In North Korea, the country's main television channel aired unprecedented footage of one of its citizens expressing concern for the country's leader, Kim Jong-un's sudden weight loss. The citizen said seeing the respected general looking emaciated broke many people's heart. In Czech Republic, President Miloš Zeman has been criticized after saying he thinks transgender people are disgusting in a television interview when asked about a controversial law in Hungary which banned the portrayal or promotion of homosexuality among children. In Ethiopia, the government has declared a ceasefire in its northern Tigray region after nearly 8 months of deadly conflict that the UN says has pushed more than 350,000 people to the brink of famine. Under sports, 43-year-old former Nigerian basketball player Ime Udoka has been appointed as the new coach of the Boston Celtics in the NBA. He is now the franchise's 18th head coach in its 75-year history. And superstar striker Kylian Mbappe sensationally missed the decisive shootout penalty at the Euro 2020 match between France and Switzerland. Switzerland knocked out France in a 5-4 win to advance to the quarterfinals, signaling the first time the country reached the quarterfinals of a major competition since 1954. Finally, tennis fans stood to applaud the scientists who developed the Oxford AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccine, as well as workers in Britain's National Health Service on centre court during the first day of Wimbledon. Let's begin what's trending in Nigeria. A coalition chaired by renowned historian Professor Banji Akintoye has declared full support for the Yoruba Nation rally to be led by Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, on July 3rd in Lagos State. According to a statement by the coalition's General Secretary, the international community, including the United Nations, the European Union, the African Union, and the Economic Community of West African States, have been invited to observe the rally. The Secretary also urged all Yorubas to troop out on Sunday to stamp their unequivocal authority on the land, promising that the rally will be peaceful and orderly. The group, which has been clamoring for the emergence of a Yoruba nation from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, hopes to be the shining glory of the black race, if actualized. Tunde, where are you going to be on Saturday?
I'm going to be where I always am, in my house.
You're not joining?
I'm always home. Always.
I mean, I am so nervous, actually, about this rally. If you recall, we took that story, I believe it was in Akure, that mammoth crowd that came out in support of the, rally, and I just don't know what's going to happen. But,
I'm
also...
not nervous.
No?
No, I'm kind of optimistic
Yeah?
that it will go the same way as other rallies.
Yeah,
There have
'cause it
been
was
several, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, several, and they have their rally and it's
Yeah.
peaceful, so I don't think anything untoward
The
will
rally
happen.
is peaceful, but the aftermath of the rally is what I'm worried about, really.
But I'm just hoping that security agencies do their
Yeah.
bit. And I'm not wondering, one thing that's quite clear, there's reports that the governor, Sanwo-Olu, has been invited to speak. I doubt that he will, because other state governors were invited to speak and everybody just kind of abstains from it. But hopefully security agencies will be there monitoring the whole proceedings, and they're allowed to have their rally. It's within their rights, as long as...
Yes, it is within their
as
rights.
there's no mayhem.
Yeah. Dr. Abati, your analysis.
Yes, the right to self-determination is one of the basic rights guaranteed by international covenants and even the United Nations Charter. It's the first article of the United Nations Charter. And what it says simply is that a group of people, they have the right to determine their own destiny, their economic status, the kind of political choices they make, the kind of cultural affiliations that they elect to engage with. And it is on the basis of this, I guess, that the leader of the Ilanomo Odua worldwide, that's Professor Banji Akintoye, a professor of history, a few years back, led the group to the Underrepresented Peoples of the World Organization, that is the UNPO. Now, what is Ilanomo Yoruba Omo Odua worldwide? What are they asking for? They are not making a case for restructuring. They are making a strong case that they want to have an Oduduwa nation. They also have a national anthem. They already have a flag. In Iwo the other day, I think you brought the story, when people woke up in the morning and they saw a Yoruba flag at Iwo in Ibadan. And they have that national anthem that is called Ugo Adulawo Yoruba. So to the extent in terms of rights, I think that that is not a problem.
Absolutely.
It's recognized. But you raise a concern about security.
Yes.
I think that's where the concern lies. George Akinola, who is the Secretary General of the group, had said that where they had rallies in Akure, in Ado-Ekiti, in Osogbo, in Abeokuta, and in Ibadan, and that the rallies were peaceful, and that they expect that the police also in Lagos will provide the necessary security. Sunday Igboho, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, that's his real name, is closely allied to the Ilanomo Odua. So this group is a separatist group, okay? Well, if they want to come to Lagos, I think the police commissioner in Lagos, Hakeem Odumusu, and the leaders of the other security agencies, they have their work cut out for them. They have to make sure that nobody, is endangered because of a rally, an ideological rally, and that, there is no threat whatsoever to the regime of law and order in the state of Lagos. And we also hope that those who are coming to do the rally will recognize the right of other people to differ, and that nobody will be forced, coerced.
That's very important.
Tondon, for example, says she will be at home, in a safe...
Where are you going to be?
In a safe comfort zone. I do not expect that those who want to go for the rally will now be going from house to house and forcing persons they identify to be Yoruba to come and be part of the rally, or that people will be told not to go about their normal business. People can hold on to their beliefs, but we hope that at the end of the day, all the issues at the heart of separatist agitations across Nigeria, whether it's in the southwest or in the southeast, will be addressed. And that's why some of us have been calling for a national conference, or some people say conference of ethnic nationalities, where people can come and express themselves. But to say that the people cannot express themselves is part of the problem. The right to protest is a constitutional right.
Absolutely. Rufai, your analysis on the story.
I think it was Voltaire that said, I might not agree with what you say, but I'll let you say. And in our national dialogue and debate, we must constantly let people air their voice, even if you don't agree with them. So some people might say, oh, they don't agree with secessionist movement and all sorts. But you must allow them bring their voice to the fore. And let them say it. And try to understand why they are saying all of this. Be it IPOB, be it Oduduwa, be it any other group. In fact, the other day somebody told me about another group, people in Akwa Ibom, saying they want to be on their own, a little cluster in Akwa Ibom. Say they want to be on their own. So be it any group, you must allow them say it and you must engage with them. And this is where I call on the government all the time. These groups were not agitating that they wanted to be on their own 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Correct.
Why is it now they are having all of these agitations? There are things you can attribute to it. You might not like to hear my voice, but 33% unemployment rates, insecurity in the country, injustices in the country and killings. These are things you can attribute to it. So let them say it and have a conversation with them.
Very well said, Rufai. We'll have to go on a short break now. And when we come back, what's trending on the morning show will continue. Stay with us. Welcome back to the morning show. We're still on What's Trending. Following the suspension of Emirates flights to Nigeria by the federal government, the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, on Monday accused the airline of discriminating against Nigerian travelers. The minister made the statement during a media briefing of the Presidential Steering Committee in Abuja, adding that the negative profiling of Nigerians by the airline was unacceptable. In February, Emirates was banned after the airline instructed Nigerian travelers to take another PCR test upon arrival in Dubai, in addition to the COVID-19 PCR test certificate required for transit through the country and final destinations. Passengers were also required to carry out a rapid COVID-19 antigen test within 4 hours of departure. Emirates, in a twist of events, agreed to stop the rapid antigen test, but only temporarily, as the federal government discovered that they were still carrying out the rapid tests. According to the minister, Emirates claimed the reason they are taking the stance against Nigeria is because of fake results. Well, I am very happy that the minister came out to tell us the main reason. I am infuriated at this point, Tundu.
I'm disgusted, completely disgusted, and I support the minister.
Yes.
I love it when Nigerians stick up for Nigerians. There's a Yoruba phrase for it, but I won't get into that. I'm so proud. I love it. It's music to my ears, frankly. Omo Konye.
Really? I love it.
You have to stand up for your country.
I mean,
this is disgraceful how we're being treated. How dare they suggest that fake results are a particularly Nigerian phenomenon? And the minister explained to them that it's an international problem. UAE, European countries have fake results. Why are we being scapegoated in this fashion? I love when our ministers show patriotism. It makes me believe in this country.
But can you believe their response? They said, well, it's not, they're not profiling us because South Africa is on the list as well. The minister said, well, that was their choice. It wasn't that South Africa was chosen. South Africa said they wanted to be on the list to do those PCR tests. Really proud of Hadi Sirika.
Yes, excellent.
Well, two clear principles here. The first is what is called citizen diplomacy. Mm-hmm. I mean, even when you are involved in international relations, your primary interest is the interest of your country and the interest of your people. One of the major criticisms of the foreign policy process in Nigeria is that Nigeria does not often stand up for its people. But in this particular case, this is a clear case of very strong citizen diplomacy. Nigeria showing confidence and saying, look, you cannot demonize or discriminate or blackmail our people in the face of an international problem that is faced by everybody. It's the same principle about China, saying don't call this thing the China virus, and the WHO stepping in and calling it the Delta variant so that nobody is stigmatized. Because there's a lot of international politics involved in the management and responses to COVID-19. The second part of it is the principle of reciprocity in international relations. Now, in popular parlance, it's called "do me, I do you."
Correct.
Now, there have been about 3 times this year, that Nigeria has had to also ban Emirates Airlines from coming to Nigeria. So it's about reciprocity. The way you treat us is the way we will also treat you. And I think in that regard, Nigeria is also in order. And this came as a surprise because a few days ago, sometime, was it last week, Emirates had said, oh, Nigerians could now fly directly to Dubai. And a lot of people were excited. Dubai being a major destination for the Nigerian, middle class and for, business people in Nigeria. Only within 48 hours for Emirates Airlines to turn around and say, no, Nigerians cannot come directly to Dubai. So the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, is perfectly in order to have said, look, we cannot accept this. You allow Ghanaians to come in, you allow Rwandans to come in, so you are blackmailing Nigerians, you are profiling Nigerians. No, Nigerians should not be labeled in this particular manner. And how dare they talk about fake tests in Nigeria. I hope that was not communicated officially, because if that was communicated officially, I mean, it's enough for Nigeria to say, no, you cannot say that. Fair practice,
right.
Reciprocity,
correct.
Citizen diplomacy.
Rufai, a quick comment from you so we can take our final story.
Right on, Minister. They can't be treating us this way. It's not done anywhere. We are Nigerians. We are a great nation.
Absolutely.
We are going there to impact the economy of Dubai and to do well by every standard. So right on, Minister. Right on.
All right, then. We'll take our final story. Following the murder saga of television executive Micheal Usifo Ataga, on Monday, the television executive's brother, Dr. Isi Ataga, in a statement titled "Who Will Speak for Usifo Ataga," expressed doubt that the murder was carried out by a single person, owing to the manner the murder was committed. He claimed that his brother was stabbed multiple times and couldn't scream to get the attention of others because he was gagged. He added that the marks on his hands, showing that they were tightly bound, are still visible on his wrists, accompanied by evidence of torture and assault, even as his corpse lay in the morgue. When I read this, I was so horrified, Tundu, really. I mean, they're still waiting for the autopsy, but this is confession from Michael's brother. I am so heartbroken. I really don't know what happened there. There were images that have been released now of, the room where the murder was committed. There was blood stains on the wall, a lot of blood stains on the bed. It was really, really horrific to see.
When we were talking about this, off the air, I was asking you, I wonder what Micheal Usifo was thinking as he lay dying. I mean, it's just heartbreaking what happened to that man. Nobody deserves this from anybody. And I also referred to holes in Chidinma Ojukwu story.
Yes.
How did she get his pin? So now his brother is saying that there was evidence of torture. That might answer that question,
yes.
Because you don't give your pin to anybody. It's a personal number. You cannot just give it to somebody who, according to her, you've only seen 4 or 5 times. How did she get it to go and withdraw the money? As this story continues to unravel,
yes.
It becomes even more heartbreaking. I didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I shouldn't say this because I'm on this platform. But this Chidinma creature, let me just not even say anything.
The baby-faced assassin.
The baby-faced assassin.
But
yes.
that the statement also said that, she had said that she had stabbed him in the neck only twice. But they were saying there were multiple stab wounds found on his body. Dr. Abati.
Yes, well, the public interest, the sustained public interest that this particular case has generated should be a very loud reminder to the police and other security agencies that this cannot be another case of unresolved murder,
yes.
unresolved homicide,
yes.
because we have many cases like that in Nigerian history, in recent Nigerian history. And the police having assured everyone that they will follow all necessary leads and that they are pursuing some other suspects in the matter, and that they have arrived at the preliminary conclusion that this homicide could not have been committed by just one individual. I think that gives hope that this will be one case, about which we will still hear a lot. The second point, yesterday I read out portions of the statement issued by Dr. Isi Ataga, the brother of the deceased, asking for privacy and asking people to assist the police with necessary information, and for others, the general public in particular, to desist from misinforming the
yes.
public and coming up with stories that could just add to the agony of the family, and to recognize that this indeed is a tragedy for the family. It's a tragedy both at the immediate family level, nuclear family level, and also at the extended family level. The third point to be made, and perhaps finally, is that there are lessons, I guess, to be learned from this about relationships, about substance abuse, about parenting, the need for parents to keep a close eye also on their children.
Yes.
The university authorities at the department level at the University of Lagos have said this young lady has not reported for the 300 level studies since the university resumed. Now, who is that parent who will not know whether your child is in school or not? And who is that parent who has not paid enough attention to see that peer influence, that your child is going astray, and that innocent child that is inside your house is up to some ungodly things and could bring embarrassment to the family and cause destruction to human lives, and also become a symbol of scandal within society itself. But as I said yesterday, it's very sad. We again commiserate with the Ataga family.
Yes.
Thank
We
you.
all do. Rufai, your analysis on the story real quickly.
I mean, let's watch this as this unfolds. One thing I know for fact is that there are many things we don't know now about the case. We'll get to know. And even when the case is concluded, there are some things we'll never get to know. Most importantly, it will only be between Chidinma and Usifo. In all of this, we are hearing Chidinma's account.
Yes.
Sometimes we wish Usifo too was here to tell his own side of the story. But sad enough, is not here. So let's just wait, like the family said. Let's just hope for the best. Let's hope justice is done and get this over and done with. But this case smacks of that failure of Nigeria in general, because there are many angles to it. The fact that why are young girls in the first place even going to sleep with men old enough to be their father to get money to pay for their university tuition fee, if we had a good system in place where students can get loans to go to university. So there are many angles to this. One shows the failure of Nigeria as a country, and it's time for introspection for all of us. But most importantly, let the soul of Usifo rest. He's been murdered in cold blood.
Amen. May his soul rest in peace. That's all I have for you guys on What's
Thank you
Trending.
very much, Oji.
On that sober note, thank you, OG.
I am sorry.
And we'll see you again tomorrow.
I'll see
And
you.
this is Tan, it's not caramel.
All right, we'll agree. We'll agree on tan and caramel.
That's all.